Greece finished the war on border with Turkey amid fears of Afghan migrant crisis. Ministers towered the fence on Friday. CNN. Greece has finished building a 40 kilometers wall along its border with Turkey amid concerns in parts of Europe that the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan could cause an influx of people seeking asylum. Greek government ministers towered the fence on Friday and said the overthrow of Afghanistan's government gave greater urgency to their effort to reduce the flow of migrants across its borders. The country was at the center of Europe's migrant crisis in the mid-2010s when millions of refugees from Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq traveled to the continent. Since Greece has taken a hardline stance rebuffing flees from Turkey and international organizations to allow more migrants through its borders. The Afghan crisis is creating new facts that in the geopolitical sphere, and at the same time it is creating possibilities for migrant flows. Greece's Citizens Protection Minister Michalis Chrysochodis said in a government statement after towering the conflicted border wall on Friday. As a country, we cannot remain passive to the possible consequences. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan spoke to the Greek Prime Minister Liakos Mitsotakis about Afghanistan on Friday, the Turkish government said. In a television interview the day before, he urged the European Union to assist refugees from the country if this transitional period cannot be established in Afghanistan. The pressure on migration, which has already reached high levels, will increase even more, and this situation will pose a serious challenge for everyone, Erdogan said. The unapologetic stance of U.S. President Joe Biden, who faces criticism for the United States' chaotic removal of troops in Afghanistan, has dismayed leaders in Europe, who are now left bracing for the possible refugee emergency. Thousands of Afghans have attempted to leave the country in the past week since the Taliban completed the staggeringly fast takeover of power and brought to the end to decades of U.S. involvement in the country. Crowds of desperate locals have gathered at Kabul's airport in search of a place when Western military flight. Those unable to leave face and return to the repressive Taliban regime, which banished women from its streets and workplaces and used the death penalty for offenses including female adultery, homosexuality, and rejection of Islam when last in power between 1996 and 2001. It is our decision to defend and secure our borders, Chrysochoidis said. Our borders will remain secure and inviolable. We will not allow the uncontrolled and erratic movement, and we will not allow any attempt to violate them. Even before the Taliban took Afghanistan, the pandemic had worsened the migrant crisis. A deal was struck between Turkey and the European Union in 2016 to halt migrants traveling from the Middle East towards Europe. But last year, Turkey approved the passage of migrants into the continent, saying it had reached capacity. The two countries share a border at at the northeastern tip of Greece, which is frequently a destination of asylum seekers who traveled through Western Asia. There are also numerous routes into Greece by sea. Last year, several migrants on boat told CNN that they are pushed back from Greece, an accusation that Athens has repeatedly denied it. UNHRC, the UN Refugee Agency, argued Greece to investigate reports of pushbacks at the country's borders.